Well, good afternoon, everybody. Pooter here with a video for Pooter's Retro World that I thought I would post in honor of Marchintosh. I thought what I would do is cover my Macintosh collection here in Pooter's Retro World. So starting off, I thought I would show you just a quick spin around here so you can see all of the computers associated with Macintosh. That was a weird way to say that. But anyway, so what I've got here is three computers. This is Mac Plus, a Mac SE, and a Mac SE 30. And then spinning around over here, I've got a Mac PowerBook 520C over there. And then coming over here to the other half of the collection, I've got a Mac Performa 475 that's been overclocked. I just recently picked up this one here, which is a Mac PowerBook 540C that has the 68040 processor, 33 megahertz, or excuse me, 33 megahertz. Super excited about that one. And then I've got two newer systems, a G3 iMac Blueberry that actually has a graphite 500 megahertz motherboard in it. So it's the fastest that you could get before you got into those specialty Macs at the end of the run, like the Dalmatian or the Flower Power or the solid white one. I'd love to get my hands on one of those, but for right now, I'm rocking out with this original Blueberry one. So, and then finally, I've got a computer that I actually picked up for free. Somebody was just giving it away, and it was basically left outside under covered storage, and it was completely covered in dust and dirt and everything. I was able to get that cleaned up and running, and that's a G5 iMac running at, let's see, 1.8 gigahertz with 2 gigs of RAM. So yeah, so everything is, for the most part, networked together, and the way that I do this is through a combination of AppleTalk and then also some file shares inside my network here. And what this does is it allows me to go get software off the internet and download it to a safe server that I can then make available to all the computers, all the Mac computers here in Retro World. So I'm going to loop back around again, and we'll come back to these guys and just talk a little bit more. So the first one here is this Mac Plus, and this is another one. I actually got this computer along with the G5 from the same guy. I think I spent $25 total for both of these computers. This one was completely not working when I got it, and I wound up having to replace the analog board or the power supply board to get it going again. But ever since then, it's worked great, including the floppy drive. And as you can see, the monitor looks really good, and it's running 608 right now system, and it's an 8 megahertz 68,000. I also have a zip drive hooked up to it. I have tried to use the BlueSCSI adapters with Wi-Fi to get that going, but I'm struggling to get that working on here. So in the meantime, I just used the zip drive to transfer files, large files, on and off of this guy. So that's that one. Then coming up is kind of my control system. This is a Mac SE, standard Mac SE running System 7. And it's just a fantastic base computer, pretty straightforward in how it runs. And I use it to kind of benchmark the other computers against when I'm looking to do those kind of comparisons. And then I have my powerhouse over here that I just absolutely love. It's a Mac SE 30. I got this from a guy up north, and he owned it since new and was super happy to pass it on to Pooter's Retro World. And right now I use it for playing a lot of different games and things like that. And I'm leveraging the BlueSCSI networking so that I can go ahead and connect to my network to transfer things over. Now, I will note that the BlueSCSI networking transfer speeds is really slow, the Wi-Fi networking. I'm not quite sure why that is, but anyway, I'm glad at least that I've got it so that I can use it when I need it. And that's rocking a 16 megahertz 68030 processor. So, alrighty. And then moving back over here to this side, one of my most recent additions, or these are my two most recent additions. This guy here, I actually picked up 4 parts not working off of shopgoodwill.com. So this is a great place to go for computers. It just took a little bit of coaxing, and she sprang right to life. The floppy drive worked. Everything's doing pretty good. However, I don't know if we'll be able to see it here. Off angle, there you go. You can see the display is starting to melt down or burn out a little bit, if you will. But when you're straight on it, it looks pretty good. So this is rocking the 68040 processor at 25, or excuse me, 33 megahertz. And I love using this guy. I love the color and all of that. It's fantastic system. And then lastly, we've got this one, which is the Mac Performa 475. Picked this up from a guy that was actually cleaning out a house, and this was sitting in a closet. So he put this up for sale, and I was able to pick it up for a pretty good price. And I spent a little bit of money on this one, leveraging a unique feature to these Performa systems, the 475, and there's a couple of other ones. They leverage this thing called Clockometer, which is an overclocking capability. So what I did was I purchased a 25 megahertz 68040, a full one, not an LC, but a 68040 processor with the FPU and the MMU. And then using this Clockometer, I'm able to overclock this system to 40 megahertz. So it is pretty awesome. It's running System 8 right now, and I've got basically a range here. So this one is System 8. This is 761, which I know folks are going to say that this is probably a little too new for these computers and will run really slowly. I totally get that, but I like having the different software versions to play with. Over here, on these guys, like I said, that Mac Plus is running 608. The one in the middle is just the stock 701. And then the SE30 is running 753, or excuse me, 755. So yeah, that's my Mac collection here for Marchintosh, Marchintosh. And love to know what you think. If there's anything you'd like me to take a look at or shoot a video on, just feel free to leave me a comment or reach out to me. And hope you're doing well, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.